Something that is not talked about enough in the fitness industry is if you want to lose weight and become fit, get toned, get jacked, you have to be willing to sacrifice the older version of you. You have to be very intentional about it, especially if you are overweight. But even people that struggle to gain weight, it is the same concept. But because people typically nowadays struggle with their weight, especially if you're overweight, you have to be willing to give up the older version of you. That means that you can no longer identify as an obese person. If you want to be in a smaller body, you have to stop doing things that obese people do. And I'm saying that because I did it, and most people do it even if they don't realize it. Like, for instance, motivation. I am not motivated more than half of the time nowadays. Do you think that I'm not going to track my food or go to the gym because I'm not motivated? That's what obese people do. Simply, when they don't feel like it, when they're not in the mood, and things aren't going their way, when they get thrown off, derailed, they get all off track and just say, fuck it. When I was 247 pounds and I had enough of my own shit, I seriously stopped catering to my obese self and carrying on with my obese ways. I started doing things that fit people do, like planning my life around the gym instead of the gym around my life. Example, when my husband and I go on vacations, even when I went to graduate in Arizona, I graduated in Arizona last year around this time. Right before I went on stage, right before I got ready for when I was getting ready for my graduation, I went down a couple floors down on the elevator and went in the gym and worked out just so I could get a pump, so that I could look good in the dress that I had on underneath my graduation, underneath my cap and gown. Most of the vacation, I worked out. Nothing says I had a good time like checking out a new gym and working out. Also, when I get ready to travel, I go ahead and map out ahead of time how well did I do the previous week. Is this going to be a weekend or 4 or 5 days that I want to get off track while still logging my calories, preparing myself to go over my calories. And sometimes, just depending, if I don't feel like getting off track, I will go ahead and plan things out so that I can stay on track. Irregardless, I always track my calories so that I know just how my body responds to vacation whenever I overeat and go into a huge calorie surplus for a week. If you want this, you have to be intentional about it. You don't just accidentally wake up with a 28-inch waist. You don't just accidentally get jacked. You don't just accidentally lose 50 pounds, 150, 200 pounds, whatever it is that you need to lose. Like, I lost over 90 pounds. That shit was not accidental. I had to be intentional about it. People always say, oh, you act different, or you think this, or you think that, or you don't act the same. I'm not the same. And don't let anybody make you feel ashamed for bettering yourself and for changing not only your appearance, your ways, your thoughts, the way you talk, the way you walk, whatever it is that you need to do. But I am here to tell you, it is the same concept with me living a clean and sober life. I am no longer in my active drug addiction. And in order to do that, I have to think different, talk different, act different, plan different, do different. In order to be a healthier version, a clean, drug-free adult, young lady now, or woman, whatever. It is the same concept with weight loss, fat loss, and body recompositioning. And don't let anybody tell you anything differently. I am telling y'all how this goes.